She knew it wasn't healthy. He knew it was for the best. Deb and Dilly dumped their litter. In a bad relationship with your box? Try World's Best Cat Litter, the corn litter that lasts 2 times longer. Love a cat? Go naturally safe with World's Best Cat Litter.
Breaking news comes from Poweshiek County, where there is a law enforcement presence in a rural area.
Here's a map of the scene. It's about 5 miles north of Montezuma, west of Highway 63 off of Eward Road.
Of course, Montezuma is the town where Xavier Harrelson was last seen in May. There has been a search for the now 11-year-old ever since. At this point, there is no confirmation that this scene is connected to the search for Xavier. KCCI's Kayla James is live at the scene near Montezuma. Kayla, what are you seeing?
Well, Stacey, Rhea, see these barricades right here behind me? We're seeing law enforcement vehicles go through them. You can't see much past here because of the hill, but take a look at this video from earlier this afternoon. We drove around the outskirts of the area where we saw vehicles set up past the hill. One of those being an Iowa State Patrol vehicle. In the last 45 minutes, we've seen an array of vehicles go onto the street. Poweshiek County Emergency Management Services, Poweshiek County Sheriff's Office, and a state medical examiner truck. A couple of crime scene photographers also came outside the barrier taking photos in this area. Now, I have reached out to a few of these agencies. We haven't heard back yet, but we're hoping to soon. We'll continue to keep you updated and bring you any updates as soon as we hear from them. But for now, live in Poweshiek County, Kayla James, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Thank you, Kayla. Now, here is a closer look at the area where law enforcement is currently on scene. Again, this is about 5 miles north of Montezuma, a few miles southeast of the small town of Ewart. This is a rural area. It's farm fields, acreages, creeks, ponds, very remote. It is south of a blacktop road, about a mile west of Highway 63.
Our Sky 8 drone just arrived on the scene, so let's get a bird's eye view here where you can see a live look of this rural area, showing you exactly what Kayla was saying. A slew of vehicles out there. It looks like you have law enforcement presence as well as the medical examiner out there and searching. It's far away, but you can't see the people searching, but you can see that there is police presence out there. Again, just another view of what Kayla had mentioned on the ground earlier of this rural area in Montezuma.
It is important to note that law enforcement has not confirmed any connection between this scene and the search for Xavier Harrelson, but we do want to get you caught up on the latest in that investigation.
Yeah, you'll remember Xavier Harrelson was last seen on May 27th, just days before his 11th birthday. Xavier was last seen at his home at a mobile home park on the north side of Montezuma. 2 days later, hundreds of law enforcement officers and volunteers combed through the town and areas nearby for any sign of him, but turned up nothing.
Since that time, the community has come together to support Xavier's family, lining the streets of Montezuma with orange ribbons, Xavier's favorite color. Local businesses help raise tens of thousands of dollars for a reward fund to help bring him home.
Most recently, on September 9th, a search focused on the Fox Forest County Recreation Area southwest of Montezuma. That search also turned up nothing. Iowa DCI has told KCCI has not given up on searching for Xavier 4 months now into his disappearance.
And KCCI has been covering the disappearance of Xavier Harrelson since the beginning. We will continue to stay on top of every development in this case. Make sure to stay with KCCI throughout the night and download our mobile app to get instant updates.
I'm not going in there.
There must be fleas,
ticks, and mosquitoes.
Hey, guys.
Whoa!
No need to be scared when you have Canine Advantix 2. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too.
Ready to perform today for you here at the Iowa State Fair. Good luck.
News this morning.
Okay. Kayla James reports multiple agencies, including the Iowa State Patrol, Powesheik County Emergency, and State Medical Examiner, were on the scene north of Montezuma. I also saw the Homeland Security SUV pull up as well. This is near the area where 11-year-old Xavier Harrelson went missing on May 27th. Authorities said he was last seen riding his bike in Montezuma, where he lived with his mother. Xavier went missing only days before his 11th birthday. A neighbor reported him missing. In August, his mother, Sarah Harrelson, told authorities she had no idea where he could be. "I just want him found," said Harrelson in her first interview since her son's disappearance. Harrelson said she remained publicly quiet until now because of her heartbreak and anxiety. On September 9th, the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation received a tip that led them to search the Fox Forest County Recreation Area. The DCI told KCCI they interviewed hundreds of people over the course of the investigation and kept in regular contact with Sarah Harrelson. The reward for information regarding Xavier can't read that part, sorry. Is about $35,000 as of September 21st. Molly Tibbetts' mother donated towards Xavier. Tibbetts went missing in 2018, so her mother donated money towards Xavier's reward fund since it's in the same area. Molly's body was found in rural Powesheik County late that summer. Multiple fundraisers and searches for Xavier have been organized over the past few months. 3 months after Xavier went missing, a day of action was planned. Iowans were asked to do 3 things to help spread the word about Xavier's case. Check back to KCCI for updates as this story develops. Oh my God. Nerve-wracking. It's pretty much confirmed. I mean, we have family in Molly Golightly's chat confirming that they're trying to figure out how to break the news to their child. But this is what I find after my research, and we'll stay tuned together.
Very sad news, everyone. Xavier Harrelson, he was found missing, 11-year-old boy from Montezuma, Iowa, that we talked about with Samantha Ricks on my channel many times. We prayed and prayed for his safe return, and unfortunately, I don't know the details yet. I just found out right now. So, I'm getting more pissed off. Are you kidding me? I don't know the details, and my heart goes out to Samantha Ricks and the entire community and everybody that put in search efforts for Xavier, his mother. I don't know what to say. I don't know any details. I don't know where he was found. And I'll tell you one thing. I hope that we can learn something from whatever details that we do find out. All right.
So I'm over here cussing at my computer, y'all. Shit. Thank you, Leslie. Here's the article. Sorry, I had to process this for a minute, y'all. You think we would get used to this? I know y'all do, but we don't. So the article reads, investigators. Human remains found near Montezuma, clothing consistent with Xavier Harrelson. Who the fuck dumped this baby? Headphones for sure. Who the fuck dumped this baby? Okay. They would make me read right now, but it's not a video, so too many damn pop-ups on this screen. Who the fuck did this? Whoever did this, it's just like Braylon Noble, right in his area. Man, they have searched this area. What's going on? What is Powesheik County, Iowa? Officials confirmed that human remains found Thursday northwest of Montezuma appear to be those of a juvenile. The Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation said the Powesheik County Sheriff's Office received a report from a farmer of human remains discovered in a field south of the intersection of Ewart Road at 110th Street. Investigators confirmed that the remains appeared to be those of a juvenile, and clothing found at the scene was similar to what 11-year-old Xavier Harrelson was reportedly wearing when he disappeared on May 27th. Officials say they are working to confirm the identification of the remains, but said they could not confirm it was Xavier. The Harrelson family has been contacted following Thursday's discovery. A family friend reported Harrelson on May 27th, last seen riding his bike near the home in Montezuma, blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck put this baby here? He wasn't here. He couldn't have been here, could he? He's in the same damn clothes. Are they saying he really just been laying in this field in the same damn clothes for all these months? Or did somebody have him this whole time and then dump him? But he was still in the same clothes. How long was he there, y'all? Oh my God. This is, you know what really bites about this is that this is how it ends. This is how it really, really ends, y'all. Find me a story where we find these babies happy and healthy. Find me one. I'm going to need a minute. Or two. Okay. Kayla James reports multiple agencies, including the Iowa State Patrol, Powesheik County Emergency, and State Medical Examiner, were on the scene north of Montezuma. I also saw the Homeland Security SUV pull up as well. This is near the area where 11-year-old Xavier Harrelson went missing on May 27th. Authorities said he was last seen riding his bike in Montezuma, where he lived with his mother. Xavier went missing only days before his 11th birthday. A neighbor reported him missing. In August, his mother, Sarah Harrelson, told authorities she had no idea where he could be. "I just want him found," said Harrelson in her first interview since her son's disappearance. Harrelson said she remained publicly quiet until now because of her heartbreak and anxiety. On September 9th, the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation received a tip that led them to search the Fox Forest County Recreation Area. The DCI told KCCI they interviewed hundreds of people over the course of the investigation and kept in regular contact with Sarah Harrelson. The reward for information regarding Xavier can't read that part, sorry. Is about $35,000 as of September 21st. Molly Tibbetts' mother donated towards Xavier. Tibbetts went missing in 2018, so her mother donated money towards Xavier's reward fund since it's in the same area. Molly's body was found in rural Powesheik County late that summer. Multiple fundraisers and searches for Xavier have been organized over the past few months. 3 months after Xavier went missing, a day of action was planned. Iowans were asked to do 3 things to help spread the word about Xavier's case. Check back to KCCI for updates as this story develops. Oh my God. Nerve-wracking. It's pretty much confirmed. I mean, we have family in Molly Golightly's chat confirming that they're trying to figure out how to break the news to their child. But this is what I find after my research, and we'll stay tuned together. Y'all, I don't even. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what to say. I mean, they got us waiting for an official confirmation, but this is just, oh my God, isn't it ironic? I just, in my mind, by completing the story for Samuel Olsen today, I was putting him to bed, cleaning up his playlist, putting the story together, telling his story and putting him to bed. I didn't know I was opening up a spot for a new baby, I mean, we knew we had to find him, but oh my God. Now we got to figure out what the hell happened to him. What's going to be the cause of death? Please don't tell me blunt force trauma. Please don't try to tell me this baby rode his bike into the fields and stayed there and just couldn't get out or something. Please. I mean, clearly foul play. But who? And I see you guys, a couple people make comments about the mother. Yes, in the beginning, that's the way I heard it too. But I will say this. I have been informed. Leave it to Bieber. She was just here. I don't know if she's still with us right now. She's in direct contact with, good Lord, his mom. I want to say Sarah. I got
too many names on my brain right now. Sorry, but Xavier's mom, and she actually interviewed Xavier's mom. You guys should definitely go. Moderators, please drop the link for Leave It to Bieber in the chat. You guys can go over there and find the video for her talking to his mom. She did an interview with her early on. She didn't talk to any other channels as far as I know, and a lot of people didn't know about this interview, but she did talk. Now, I don't know what that means because I've seen parents lie. I'm not saying that she is. Please don't take that as what I'm saying because I don't know. But I also don't know that she didn't have a part in this with all the stories that I've told. I know Amy. I know she threatened Laura. But I also know she was talking and she interviewed with Leave It to Bieber. So if anybody wants a different perspective of that, please go over there and check it out. Do your due diligence. Formulate your own opinion. Right now, I'm just here for Xavier. I don't really care who did what and who didn't. I swear to God, I don't right now. We will definitely have to figure it out, and I will drag their asses through the mud when we find out who hurt this baby. But right now, it's just not the time for me. For me right now, it's just about this baby's body that they just found in a field in months-old clothing, deteriorated God knows how badly. So I literally don't care, y'all. I mean, no disrespect, but you can chat amongst yourselves with that, but I don't, that's not for me today. So just like Sam, they find him and they know it's him. And they reach out and they tell the family because they're pretty damn sure, but they're waiting on that coroner to say, yes, the dental records match or DNA or whatever they match it up with. And it's like I don't want to say it, y'all, but we know what it is. That baby is gone. Fuck. Let's just have a moment of silence, please. Orange emojis in the chat for Xavier. Thank you. How does this happen? Hundreds of people. Let me highlight this. Somebody had to move this baby's body. Hundreds of people helped search areas around Montezuma in the days Harrelson was reported missing. Hundreds of people. And he's right up the road in a field. A farmer just rolls up on him. Nope. God bless you, baby. The chat is really beautiful. Thank you, guys. Who did this to this baby? There is no why. I don't think I'll ever ask why again. There's not an answer good enough. There's not an answer good enough. There's no reason to do this shit to these kids. There's no reason. So he wasn't trafficked. We know that. Well, unless they used him and then tossed him back out because the heat got to be too much. What the fuck is going on? Guys, it's too much. It's just like, come on. More. Jesus. Well, all I know is he wasn't in that area. It's right in the vicinity of where he went missing. There's no damn way. And they hyped. Everything was intensified like a week, maybe more than a week ago, around the 9th or 10th. And they went back searching and shit, I could have sworn they said they were searching cornfields. Maybe not this one. Let's look at the area again. Let me find the first article.
Earlier today, the Sheriff's Office received a call from a local farmer that they had found what they thought to be is human remains in a field just south of here. And so the Sheriff's Office responded and confirmed what the farmer had reported and had called the DCI since we've been working the investigation of Xavier Harrelson together in the event that it could possibly be Xavier. And we responded along with the state medical examiner's office and the state anthropologist. And we can confirm at this time that it is human remains. That's been confirmed by the state medical examiner's office. It appears to be that of an adolescent. And at this time, the clothing description or the clothing that we see on scene, even though it's obviously soiled and stuff, is consistent with what we knew Xavier to last be wearing. We are not saying that it is Xavier Harrelson at this time. There's a lot of work yet to be done at the scene here. And then, as you can imagine, the state medical examiner's office and state anthropologist has a lot of work left ahead of them in the days and weeks even to come.
So I said it. I said it. Rest in peace, Xavier. Rest in peace, sweetheart. I can see everybody is starting to realize it, and the posts are coming out and things. I just, it was all kind of just thrown out there. And we were in the middle of Kendrick Johnson, and somebody came in and said it, and I couldn't find it on the news. And I thought, oh, maybe just another one of those rumors. But then I heard it was from Molly, and I was like, shit. Because I know that Molly is in contact with Samantha. I had already reached out to Leave It to Bieber because I know she's in contact with his mother. So I'm like, I can't find a damn thing on the news. It's got, it had to come from somebody in the loop. And then, thank you, Leslie, my wonderful Leslie, sent me the screenshot to show me Samantha Ricks confirmed in Molly's chat. And then little by little, I started to find the news article just showing the vehicles moving around, and then I got another article from Leslie, and here we are, saying rest in peace to another baby. Another baby. He didn't even get to hit his teenage years. He didn't even get to see his. And they always seem to go right before their birthday. Good Lord. Just let them all be on a big playground in heaven. And thank you, DB, for bringing me back to my point, which is everything was just kind of put out there, but we couldn't really prove it and get a handle on it. So I did this live so that we could all come together and get a handle on this information and these emotions. So thank you all for being here. I think in the last 43 minutes, we've all come to the same conclusion that Xavier he's gone. He is no longer missing, which is what we want, right? We always want to find him. God damn it, not like this. What's the alternative, y'all? A Donald Wells situation, we track them down and they really are locked in a basement, battered and bruised and mentally jacked up from everything they've experienced? Or do we find them in a cornfield or in a tote? I think that I'm just going to go to Xavier's playlist. You guys are more than welcome to hang out in his honor. But I'm not worth a damn right now to be talking. I don't even know what to say. And I can't stop crying. So. Thank you, guys. I love you too. Thank you. One more thing. So in this video, it does speak about his mother not speaking out, because that is what we were told. But I'm going to implore to everyone to check out Leave It to Bieber's video and see for yourself how you feel about the mother. At the end of the day, we have his body now, so we have evidence. And we're going to find out who did it. And if it's her, it'll be her. But just to explain that in the video, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on his mother right now, but it is in the video, the opinion that was at the time. Let's just have a quick prayer first.
Almighty God, you are the only source of health. You are the only source of health and healing. In you there is calm. In you there is calm, and the only true peace in the universe. Grant to each one of us, your children, an awareness of your presence, and give us perfect confidence in you. In all pain and weariness and anxiety, teach us to yield ourselves to your never failing care. Knowing that your love and power surrounds us, trusting in your wisdom and providence to give us health and strength and peace when your time is best. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Prayers to all the sick and shut in. Stoppers of Central, blue pajama pants, and black high-top shoes. Xavier is 4 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 100 pounds. He has brown hair and blue eyes.
We don't want to have to read this next story, but we have to alert you that there is another search for a missing person. They're calling this a missing and endangered child case out of Poweshiek County.
The Iowa DCI joined the search today for a 10-year-old Xavier Harrelson. The DCI just clarified he left home yesterday morning, so Thursday morning, but never came back. That night, family reported him missing. He lives at the Spruce Village Trailer Park in Montezuma. That's on the northwest edge of town, as you see on the map. Poweshiek County deputies and the state's DCI are searching the area. This includes to the west, Diamond Lake Park with a large lake. KCRG TV9's Ethan Stein met with those investigators today in Montezuma.
No one has seen Xavier Harrelson since Thursday morning. It's been more than 24 hours since he went missing, and today DCI agents joined the search. Part of the issue is the size of the area they're searching. The mobile home community where he lives is close to Diamond Lake Park, which includes a 90-acre lake. Neighbors say deputies began searching homes and cars last night, trying to find any clues.
Just cops surrounding the trailers and looking for a boy. I got off work and I seen all these cops. I was like, wow.
DCI says there are no signs that anyone forced their way into the home. This situation at this point doesn't trigger an Amber Alert, since that requires specific criteria such as a confirmed abduction. We spoke with the missing boy's father off camera. He wants people to know that they miss their son and love him very much. In Montezuma, Ethan Stein, KCRG TV9 News.
Here's a look at Xavier Harrelson one more time. Again, he was last seen 11 a.m. Thursday in Montezuma. Anyone who's seen him or knows where he is should call a new phone line set up for this investigation specifically. Here's that number on your screen, 641-623-2107, and that will connect you with the Poweshiek County Sheriff's Office.
Agents were seen leaving the trailer Tuesday where Xavier Harrelson lives with his mother. They continue to canvass Montezuma and are currently reviewing footage from a dozen surveillance cameras.
If you have a surveillance system, whether it's your home or your business, that you let us know, as there might be something on there.
Investigators are looking for any trace of the 11-year-old. His friend's mom reported him missing Thursday. The case is now gaining national media attention and the FBI is involved.
My hope is that he can be found today.
Montezuma's mayor, Jackie Boland, says the town is suffering.
It's scary and very concerning.
Xavier's mother has not said a word publicly, but now two of his beloved teachers here at Montezuma Elementary School are speaking out on his behalf.
He has a huge heart, and that's, kind of going along with, did he speak to somebody, because he would know no stranger and he'd be willing to help anyone out.
Xavier's teachers say they've been sick with worry since Thursday.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much that night, just thinking what he would be doing.
They don't believe Xavier would run away because his mom is disabled and the 11-year-old is her caretaker.
He would often say how he needs to be with mom and help out at home and all those things. So that's why I just feel that, something's happened out of his control.
Hundreds of people searched over the holiday weekend. Authorities say at this point, they are confident Xavier is not in the area.
Every moment that goes by, it's more and more suspicious and concerning, obviously. But we haven't ruled anything out.
In Montezuma, Laura Terrell, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
As you can see at this point in Xavier's story, it's June 2nd, 2021. Remember, he was last seen May 27th. As National Center for Missing and Exploited Children explains how to help find Xavier Harrelson. And this is still relevant, because he's still missing.
A national organization is now sharing information and resources to try and help find Xavier. KCRG TV9's Nicole Agee explains what anyone can do to help in this search.
This case is one of thousands the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is helping out with. A member of its team was in the Montezuma area handing out posters in the search for Xavier. The organization says every case is different, but the most important thing in these first days of a missing child case is to get the child's picture out there. Share all of the information you can about the child and any clue about where they may have gone. In Xavier's case, we know investigators are no longer actively searching and don't need volunteers. But those who still want to help can play a role.
They can still be the eyes and ears of the community. Someone may see something, they might hear something, they might know something. So even if they're physically not searching for him, they can be that still eye and ear.
Kong Sofer says social media is also a powerful tool. She says it's helpful to keep sharing Xavier's picture and his story, as well as the number to call if you have any information. In the studio, Nicole Agee, KCRG TV9 News.
The Powashik County Sheriff's Office is offering a reward in the ongoing search for a missing 11-year-old boy.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since anyone has seen Xavier Harrelson. It was in late May, the 27th to be specific, when the Sheriff's Office and the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation first asked for help in finding Xavier Harrelson, because that's when he was last seen, according to his mom. He lives at the Spruce Village Mobile Home Park, where investigators say he walked away from his home on the 27th, around 11 in the morning, and just never returned. Now, people can donate to this new reward at Montezuma State Bank. That's on 4th Street there. The Sheriff's Office tells TV9 it's going to be releasing more information about this reward tomorrow. There is a phone line set up for any
You guys, bear with me. I'm gonna switch gears just a little bit. I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. I'm gonna leave it to Bieber. Spoke with his mom, so let's hear her out, because we've even the media said she hadn't spoken publicly. I know this interview was July 12th, so it still was a few months later for sure. But let's hear what she has to say, because that's the thing. If she never spoke, then all we have is hearsay. And, well, we don't have to work off hearsay if the horse's mouth has spoken. So we're going to go and see exactly what she said, because we heard that she didn't report it. We didn't hear why. I actually heard something different about why someone else reported it. So let's hear it straight from her. Again, formulate your own opinion. I'm not here to try to change that. Just here to make sure that you know both sides of the story. And can I please have Mom, I'm sorry, I was reading Randy's message. Can I please have the moderators put a link in the chat for, my brain is scrambled, y'all, for Leave It to Bieber. Thank you.
Hey guys, real quick before we jump into this, I don't even want to call it an interview. Before we start the rest of the video, I'm so grateful that Sarah came here. I'm not grateful, I'm honored. I'm all the above. There is one
Okay, so I just wanted to say one more thing. I guess I wasn't tripping. This kind of stuff, y'all, it really messes with your spirit, because like I said, I was trying to put Samuel to bed. I did put Samuel to bed in my mind, right? You guys know Samuel's mom's name is Sarah Olson. It's just my own personal experience, but to put him to bed, and now we have Miss Sarah, I can't pronounce their last name, but Also, another Sarah, Xavier's mom. That's just, what a day, right?
Thing that I did want to ask about that I forgot, and there is a couple things that she wanted me to put in, so I'm editing, so here goes. One, I wanted to talk about one of her encounters that she had with the police, and at one point she told them, if you feel like I'm involved, just do whatever you got to do. I just want my son. I just think that's important. Listen, guys, whichever way the cookie goes on this one, it's about the baby. It doesn't matter. You know, everything else will work itself out, whatever you feel. And also, Sarah wanted me to say she could not do this without her community. And she literally has no words at all for how grateful she is. And the prayers, she says, even the smallest things, you just don't know how that they impact her daily life. And she is bowled over by the prayers, the love, the support. And also, Total Choice, Molly's Movement. I'm going to name out some of these names. Just first name only. If they ever see this, they'll know they're speaking. They're, you know, the message is for them. And a lot of it is just fun in the words. You know, not everybody is just great with hopping in front of the camera, but here goes. To Bruce and Laura, everybody involved at the Total Choice, the print shop. Tina and Joy with Molly's Movement. And she says she wants to thank you very much for your sacrifices. She knows that it is taken away from y'all's family, from your personal life, and from the bottom of her heart, she is beyond thankful. And she just wanted to make sure that that comes across. And where's Xavier? Thank you for the prayers. And she pay it forward. And what else was the one? I just saw it. Just be kind. Just be kind. And but thank you so much. Okay, here's the rest of the video. We got to find this baby. So tonight we have a very special person. And the channel's going to be the members because we've been following this baby's case. And I'm grateful that she wanted to come here and talk about her son and on behalf of him. And Sarah Harrelson, welcome to the channel. Welcome here. And thank you for coming and sharing some of Xavier with us. I appreciate it. I really do. So you want to just tell me, you can start wherever. You want to talk about the day he went missing? Oh, and just real quickly, Xavier Harrelson is a missing baby out of Montezuma, Iowa. And he's been missing 6 weeks. He was 10 when he went missing. He turned 11 3 days after. And that's where we're at. And that's where we've been. There's been benefit concerts and things like that. It's been slow moving process outwardly, publicly from police. But I do feel like I prayerfully, and I feel like that they are working on something. And but Sarah, the floor is yours, and welcome.
Thank you. I just want to start with, it was the 27th, Thursday, and Xavier is the most outgoing, just pure son, and just, joy, and very imaginative, very smart, but yet a little smart aleck at the same time. And he would never run off. He would never leave the trailer park. And he sure wouldn't be by no lake or anything. But I don't know exactly where to start. But
Do you want to start with that day? You know what was going on that day?
We first got up. He was asking for my phone. I told him no, one for YouTube. I told him I needed to charge it. So he plugged it in, took off, and I went to the bathroom, came out. asked if he wanted pancakes or anything. He said no. And I'm like, why aren't you hungry? You're always hungry. And I had forgot the night before he had 2 bologna sandwiches, a pack of ramen noodles, and a grab bag and a half of chips. So
that would
it was
explain it.
late. So that's probably why he's not hungry. I was like, okay.
Right.
So he got on his Switch because it's summer, and the summer rule is we don't go out before 9:30 in the morning because we're very loud and people work third shift. So,
For sure. Right.
So he was playing on that, and I was doing laundry, and time goes on, and I went to the bathroom. So it was 10:38. The only reason I know is because the phone was sitting on the walker in front of me, and I have a big Christmas bell on the front door. That way I could tell when the door was being opened and shut, because the way back you can't hear very well. And I certainly, so I heard the bell, and I'm like, Bubba, and he didn't answer me. I was like, should have at least told me. He always tells me where he's going first and what he's doing, before he goes, and he, I finished going to the bathroom, got up, and to get through the hallway, you got a washer and dryer right there. So I finished switching loads around, went out to the porch and yelled for him. And it was almost 11, or it was right after 11. And the neighbor, Scott, had said he hadn't seen him yet because I'd yelled. And he goes, I haven't seen him. I was like, well, he just came out. And I said, well, maybe he's in, the neighbors playing Minecraft.
Right.
And so I went back in. I was like, he'll be back soon. He'll be hungry before long,
sure.
lunchtime,
Sure, yeah.
And so lunch comes, and I was like, okay, by 1 o'clock, I'm like, where in the heck is this child at? And I went back outside again. And in between, I yelled for his name a couple of different times. But at that time, I had heard Zoe, and I yelled for her, and she came back around from her trailer to the front, or from her front to the back in between ours. And I'd asked her if Xavier's playing Minecraft over there. She said no, that he hadn't been with her all morning. And I said, you haven't seen him all morning? And she said no. I said, okay. And
you kind of knew then something was starting to get a little weird.
Yeah. And I tried getting a hold of my roommate or ex-roommate, and she wasn't answering. I got hold of her son. I said, is Xavier with them? And he's like, no, I've got my sister, they went to Des Moines. I said, okay. I said, all right. And I hung up with him, and I had called Sam and asked her, I don't know where he is. The only places that I could think he'd be would be these places. And I said I would start with the parks, the school park, the city park, and then, so.
Right.
I said, but he still wouldn't leave. And he knows I wouldn't let him go by himself anyways,
Right.
But
when there's a speed bump, right, too, that he normally never even went past.
Yeah, the second speed bump you don't go past. It's where the road tees. Because it goes to the garbage can or straight to 63. It's the only way in and out of the trailer park.
Right.
And people fly through there, and they're don't pay attention to kids or nothing. And so she started looking, and he wasn't anywhere. And when she came back, I said, if he's not at the last trailer down by the garbage, playing with, over there, I said, then I'm going to go ahead and call the police. And she said, okay. And she took off. And next thing I know, I see the sheriff coming, and she's walking, her and her boyfriend or whatever.
Now, this is Samantha Ricks, correct?
They walked straight past the sheriff's truck, got in her car, which is still parked in front of my trailer, and they left and told him what was going on. We looked here. He would never leave. He would never run off. It's not him. Somebody had to have taken him. And somebody had to have taken him, period, And they're still looking at it as a runaway. And I was like, he would never, he's scared of the dark. He gets pulled easy. It's called CMT, Charcot-Marie Tooth. It's a muscle degeneration of the limbs, and it's hereditary. But he gets cold way too easy, and he certainly isn't going to go that long without eating, and if he was running off, he would have taken his Nintendo Switch,
Right.
And
his bicycle,
and food, and a bike. At least one of the bikes, probably the mountain bike, because then he can shift gears. You don't have to pedal nonstop like on the long dude.
He wasn't really elaborate with this runaway, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, and he wouldn't leave without his walking stick either, because he's got a big walking stick that when we went mushroom hunting and stuff and did our hikes with, that way he can keep his feet. We're not very good balance,
Sure. And this degeneration, could you speak on that a little bit? And you and him both have it, correct?
Yeah, it's hereditary.
It's hereditary. And
basically, it's like out of your kids, 50% or more will have it. But I ended up with more. It affected me more. I was the only one in my family that had to have surgery on my feet because the muscles deteriorate and my feet started to lean out.
Mm-hmm.
So they took them and bolted them back over, pulled my feet back over this way.
Oh, wow.
But over the years, I'd had 8 different surgeries on my left foot, and the metal plate and screws were coming out right before they went to amputate it. So, and you can't have pain meds or anything. So,
right.
But Xavier, his back hurts him. My back really, didn't start hurting me until I was older, and Joshua bugs him sometimes, but Xavier's always complaining about it, his back hurting, and so he don't walk very far, or we don't do certain terrains for very long, or so
right,
because even though he's a trooper, he'll stay right along with you, but he'll regret it later on in the night. It's when we stop that it hits you.
You'll be feeling it later.
Yeah, definitely. And but he wouldn't go anywhere without a bike anyways. He ain't gonna walk that far, and he sure isn't gonna go to the lake.
Right.
Because when we came back to visit, it would have been 2014. He was 2, or he just turned 3. That's right, he just turned 3. And we were at a friend's farm, and the kids were running through sprinklers, and I'm standing here. The back door is here. The sprinklers is probably like 20 feet in front of me between 2 pine trees. And to the left of me is it's supposed to be, they call it a pond, a little,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this thing isn't that deep or anything, but Xavier came around after running through the sprinkler, ran past me, went to go get back in line, all of a sudden turned, darted, and jumped into this little, it was only probably like, what is it, a yard across my arms? I think it was a yard. But it came clear up to here on me, and I jumped in, it seemed like forever, but it was right after, he fell in, and I, yanked him out, and yeah, so he
was Larry Water.
Right, but even when we went to the lake for mushroom hunting and that, we walked the fence line of the lumber yard, and there's a path down there that you can take, that, from everybody taking it, and it's, a path, it's cut and everything.
Right.
And then you go across the road that goes into Diamond Lake, and on the right-hand side, you go down a little bit, there's a wooden bridge on the right hand and path back there. Mm-hmm. We never even went over by the actual lake part. That's why I was like, he wouldn't be at lake. He wouldn't go by himself, or, I was like, he just wouldn't.
Right.
And it was frustrating. And by Sunday, his birthday, after they called the search off, that was when I got a hold of the, how do you say it?
Molly's movement.
Yeah. I sent him a bunch of pictures because I know she had the biggest social outlet, get his face out there and his information, and it's paying it forward, for all other kids, or even young adults, or even adults,
They're doing really
everybody,
good.
Every age is, disappearing, and all he wanted for his birthday was for his dad and brother, the 4 of us to be together, and Nintendo Switch games. That's all he wanted.
Nothing too pressing.
Oh man, it wouldn't though. But he's asking me how many games did he get. Where I was like, dude, I don't know, because what we paid for that used your brother when he was 4, it would cover him in presents. It was like if you get 3 now, for $150. I was like, I don't know. I don't play games.
I don't either.
Xavier, all I can tell you is look up the prices and tell me what game you want.
What you want, fix it.
Right. So he wrote a list. I was like, how about he goes, take me and I pick it out. I was like, if you want to do it that way, we can do it that way, buddy. He's like, all right.
So what's your favorite thing about Xavier?
I can't name one thing.
Yeah. What about, y'all have very similar personalities from what you say?
We are a lot alike.
Yeah.
Very outgoing, very bubbly, but want to make everybody happy, but at the same point in time, cheer somebody up who really needs it.
Yeah.
Because laughter is good for the soul. And we will say the most outlandish whatever we can to get you to laugh because we know it's what you need,
Yeah.
And just our imagination of the stories, and people just laugh. We were sitting there listening to Xavier play one night, and there were 4 of us in the living room, 4 adults. And I was like, you guys didn't play like that? And they're like, no. We had 2 trucks crashed together. That was it. I was like, really? Because Xavier's talking about his wife's in labor, and he's leaving the fire department. He's got to wait, and, he's got a whole the whole town, And I was like,
Darcy said he could tell some stories for sure.
Oh, yeah. But he's very smart and intelligent, too.
Yes.
But also very mischievous too. It's like, you're slick, huh? We don't get mad, we get even. Just remember that, buddy. But it was always playful, and as long as we're going or we're outside, we're doing something and just enjoying nature and all of our family.
Making memories, yeah.
That's, we're just giddy,
Yeah. What was I going to say? So I'm just going to, there's a couple things that have been kicked around. Bicycle is in the home. Yes.
Both of the bicycles are in the home.
Both of the bicycles were in the home, and he
never even took his bike out that day because I make him bring them in so they don't get stolen.
Right. I know in the other video that I did with Darcy, I spoke incorrectly about the reason why it had nothing to do with anything previous.
I was just wanting to check to make sure he wasn't the neighbors playing, Minecraft, or just, for some reason, maybe you'd seen one of the older boys who he runs around with his younger brother. Maybe they come to the park and asked him, and I don't see why he wouldn't have, because he always knows, he's always telling me, okay, don't freak out. I'm going to be here. I'll be right here. I'm not,
right.
And checking in with me. But he had
doorbells and everything,
but it was just okay, am I over exaggerating? No, he definitely would have been here to eat by now. And what is going on, and
you just pretty much, you had a hard time gauging the severity of it.
Yeah. But I also,
initially,
my vehicle isn't running and I can't get my prosthetic on. And yeah, this walker, good God, I'd make it out of the trailer park and that'd take me probably 45 minutes right there alone. I wouldn't get very far, and home is the first place he's going to come,
Yeah. So, and there's a reason, it wasn't an officer came, through, and the officer was flagged down. It was never, I just wanted to spell, this is your son. This is what you're going through. And, we don't need to minimize how important that is. So, I'm trying to think. So the benefit, so you got a hold of Molly's movement. They've been amazing. You want to talk a little bit about the benefit and everything that's been going on in between as far as that and the community and the support? And
there are no words to thank the community and everybody who's looking for him, donated money, stamps, envelopes, putting up flyers. There's no amount of thanks, but it also gives you hope at the same point in time. That his photo is being put everywhere. He is going to be seen someday. Because the first 48 hours is the most important,
Yes, ma'am.
And his picture wasn't even out. There wasn't an Amber. He didn't qualify for an Amber Alert, and you're painted into a corner, you know, and you're also trying to think of, you know, what would make the situation worse, what could make it worse, what could make it better, what could, you know, there's just so many things that go through you, and you don't know, you know, what's good and what's going to help and what's not. But I just wanted his information out there and who he is, and he's such an amazing boy, and people want to get crazy with stupid ideas and theories, and I don't care. You don't think we haven't thought of that? We just want him home. Just want him safe. Sorry.
You're fine. Don't ever apologize for anything, ever. I want to say, too, while we have this little space, the request to get flyers will be in the description box below. The change.org to extend and add to the Amber Alert criteria. Yeah, all of that's going to be in the description box below for those of y'all that watch this video. Do you want to talk a little bit about this criteria, you know, and your thoughts on it? Or this change.org petition?
Obviously, the bureaucratical way does not work, and these kids and everybody, they matter, and they're important too. And that's the main thing, is alerting. Even if authorities don't even know that there's a child, you know, but yet it's been on the news, or, you know, there are all these kids. I think that they should have they have computers right there in front of them in their cars, you know, even. They could have a thing that flips the screen through all the missing kids of Iowa for the day, or, you know, something to let people know, because it's people who are driving, the truck drivers, the farmers, they're going to be the ones who are going to see him, you know, and that's my whole thing is, you know, I want him home, we want him home, you know, and the only way to do that is social media and everyone, you know, just, it's a child.
All hands on deck, yeah. Oh, heck, I had a train of thought. I forgot it. Yes, I forgot what I was going to say. But what I will say is the link for that change.org is going to be in the description box. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, yeah, you know, like my thoughts on that is, well, like we all seen the Summer Wells case. There is this car that they're looking for is just potential witness, perhaps. We don't even know. Somebody else saw the car. Nothing suspicious, I don't guess. Hell, who knows? But it's at the discretion.
The only way that in and out of the trailer park that you're not going to be able to, and even still, there's a camera on it. The storage unit. That's the only way in and out. Or somebody still had to see something. I just don't believe that you just disappear in the thin air, you know? Especially somebody that everybody knows and loves, and it just kind of makes sense, you know?
It doesn't. It's wild. I mean, and it's not like it's not remote. It's not a dead end road, you know. It's somebody definitely knows something for sure. All right, guys, we had to take a little break. Emotions are a little bit high. So, Sarah, how are you? I mean, other than being a ball of mess, is there anything you want to say? You know, how are you? You know, and I just want to say, you know, publicly, I'm honored. I'm honored that you're here, and it means a lot. And thank you for sharing these private moments with the channel. And I've told you this in private, but and I appreciate it. You know, I more than appreciate it. You know, there's thousands and thousands of mothers out there who are missing their children, and there's thousands of kids that would have benefited from an Amber Alert or different things. So, I mean, I think if there is something that could come out of any kind of, you know, this ain't a tragedy just yet, but
learning from the mistakes of the past is one of the biggest things, and the Amber Alert and getting their information and their pictures out is, I think, the most crucial part of all of it, you know, because people are on social media all the time anymore, but there are people like truck drivers who are just constantly go, everybody's going, you know, and for the time it takes you to make a negative comment, you just shared his picture to everybody on your list.
Yeah.
It's just plain and simple. It is a child, for goodness sakes, and all these parents and all these families that are tore up and just think, we just want to know, and we want them home, and we want them safe, and until nobody could say anything unless you've been through that person's entire life, everything they've been through, whatever, because a decision I made 10 seconds, if it had been 10 seconds later, I may have made a different decision. Right. Nobody could ever say, well, I would have done it this way or that way. Well, I'm proud of you, but in that moment, it's, the nightmare of it and it just, you don't know. And you still, are trying for that good road, and good intentions, but it didn't turn out,
He's still gone, You're way deep in it. You never thought,
you never think it's going to happen to you, but at the same point in time, it's like, why any child? Why, and it's just a very disturbing world, When we were kids, we could ride our bike 7 miles away to a lake and no problems,
Right.
It was, I'm not saying no problems. I'm saying it's just.
I know what you're saying.
What, if all you're showing is negative or giving is negative, that's all you're going to receive.
For sure.
And I believe in the paying it forward and positive and, because one small thing could affect somebody. It can make their day or change their life or stop them from being suicidal or, just looking for the good and trying to help anybody can,
Well, y'all kind of live by that motto, you're having a bad day, we're here to cheer you up. Every picture of this baby of yours, he has got the biggest, prettiest, just this boastful smile. Like he just, I could tell he lit up a room, he's just got this beautiful smile. And as I hear, he's got the most beautiful blue eyes. They would literally stop a clock from what I hear.
We live, love, and laugh with all we have because we're never promised tomorrow. And you know what? Somebody's having a horrible day. Laughter is good for the soul. You may not want it.
Picture with him.
And we'll say something absolutely ridiculous just to get you to laugh, but it's, it's a matter of it'll be okay, Right. It's a different path we're going to take,
So I wanted to. And we didn't talk about this off camera, so I hope it's okay. If not, I can edit it out. But y'all have to move in a certain amount of time because of the things going on with the trailer court.
Originally, we were going to be out May 29th. The 30th was his birthday. He turned 11. And we were going to be in Marshalltown with his dad and brother for his birthday for a day or two before we went to our place in Des Moines. And not missing the 27th, and you can only prolong things for so long, and I cannot afford or purchase this place, nor do I want to because there's a lot of things. It's got black mold, and it's
it's just not what you want. We'll just say that.
No, and we are country people, but Monty is such an awesome community. That's why we can't keep going back to Montezuma is because of the people and who they are. And, what is important to us is each other. And you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a
community
school, right? And it's a smaller school. Everybody knows everybody. The teachers, they have more one-on-one time. And it's just a great place to live, and it's definitely like a Twilight Zone, you definitely don't think that anything's ever going to happen,
Right. Well, you're up against this time and you got to deal with this baby's room. I know I have heard you've been struggling, but I
can't do it. And I won't until the very last day. He had made an environment for a turtle he had George. So I got to transfer that and do it. I'm going to put it all in a clear rubber tote.
Okay.
Keep it exactly how he had it, because he made this whole environment for him, from the rocks to the dirt to an area to get wet and swim. And eating. He was freaking out because he wasn't eating none of the flies. He's gonna die. I'm like, he's only the second day. I'm like, calm down, breathe, you know?
That is so fun. He wasn't a little
Right.
dramatic, was he?
Oh man, we are very emotional people, but
Right.
very outgoing at the same time. Yeah, very stubborn.
Right.
It's kind of like a clash at storms, you know, sometimes. I gotta transfer that and do it. I'm gonna put it all in a clear rubber tote.
Okay.
Keep it exactly how he had it, you know, because he made this whole environment for him, you know, from the rocks to the dirt to an area to get wet and swim and eat. And he was freaking out because he wasn't eating none of the flies. He's gonna die. I'm like, he's only the second day. I'm like, calm down, breathe, you know?
That is so fun. He wasn't a little
Right.
dramatic, was he?
Oh man, we are very emotional people, but
Right.
very outgoing at the same time. Yeah, very stubborn.
Right.
It's kind of like a clash at storms, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just matter. You got to take a step back, breathe. Let's reapproach this from a different angle.
Yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
it'll
it's
be
always good to
okay. We'll
redirect.
figure it out.
For sure. It's always good to redirect. So I just want to say this, just for people watching. There is a GoFundMe. It has nothing to do with Sarah or, you know, Molly's movement or anything. And we're separate from that. But what I do want to say is that there is, if you feel like you want to help, there is a print company local. The description will be below. They have been funding all of the flyers and everything on their dime. So if you would like to contribute or help to this print company, which I don't have the name right now. Sarah, what is the name of that?
Choice.
Total Choice.
Total Choice in Grinnell.
Total
And
Choice
then-
Grinnell. I will have
and then
their
Molly's
webpage
Movement.
linked at the bottom. You can donate directly to Molly's Movement or directly to the reward fund. So, and those things are all taken care of. Sarah, is there anything else you wanted to say outside of how you wanted to end for your son? Is there anything else you want to cover or address? And then you can just move on into the message you wanted to leave for your son. And we will leave it like that. And just thank you. You know?
I maybe just want to tell him, you know, Bubba, we're looking and we're going to find you. And we say a prayer every night, which is, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Angels watch me through the night until I wake the morning light. And I say, I love you from here to the moon and stars and back. And he has a couple different endings, but his main one lately has been, I love you from here to the moon, the galaxy, and all the way back, and a Google. I'm like, a Google? He goes, a Google. It's an infinite number. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And this is Xavier, and going and going. And amen. And we say good night. I love you. And we go to bed with the stars and everyone watching over us. And we're going to find you, Bubba.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're gonna push this out for your baby, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to cover or address, and then you can just. It has nothing to do with Sarah or, you know, Molly's movement or anything.
He wasn't eating none of the flies. He's gonna die. I'm like, he's only the second day. I'm like, calm down, breathe, you know?
That is so fun. He wasn't a little
Right.
dramatic, was he?
Oh man,
And you got to deal with this baby's room. I know I have heard you've been struggling, but I
can't do it. And I won't until the very last day. You know, he had made an environment for Turtle here, who they are, and you know what is important to us is each other, and you know what I mean.
Right.
And it's a
community
school, right? And it's a smaller school. Everybody knows everybody. The teachers, you know, they have more one-on-one time, and it's just a great place to live, you know. And it's definitely like a twilight zone, you know. You definitely don't think that anything's ever going to happen, you know.
Right. Well, you're up against this time, and you got to deal with this baby's room. I know I have heard you've been struggling, but
I can't do it, and I won't until the very last day. You know, he had made a environment for a turtle he had George Twilight Zone. You know, you definitely don't think that anything's ever going to happen. You know,
Right. Well, you're up against this time, and you got to deal with this baby's room.
because of the people and who they are, and what is important to us. Originally, we were going to be out May 29th. The 30th was his birthday. He turned 11, and we were going to be in Marshalltown with his dad and brother for his birthday for a day or two before we went to our place in Des Moines. And not missing the 27th. And, you can only prolong
Court.
Originally, we were going to be out May 29th. The 30th was his birthday. He turned 11.
Got the biggest, prettiest, just this boastful smile. Like he just, I could tell he lit up a room. I mean, he's just got this beautiful smile. And as I hear, he's got the most beautiful blue eyes. They would literally stop a clock from what I hear.
Yeah, we live, love, and laugh with all we have because we never promised tomorrow. And you know what? Somebody's having a horrible day. Laughter is good for the soul. You may not want it.
Picture with him.
And we'll say something absolutely ridiculous just to get you to laugh, but it's it's a matter of it'll be okay.
Right.
It's a different path we're gonna take.
So I wanted to, and we didn't talk about this off camera, so I hope it's okay. If not, I can edit it out. But y'all have to move in a certain amount of time because of the things going on with the trailer court.
Originally, we were going to be out May 29th. The 30th was his birthday. He turned 11. And we were going to be in Marshalltown with his dad and brother for his birthday for a day or two before we went to our place in Des Moines. And not missing the 27th. And you can only prolong things for so long, and I cannot afford or purchase this place, nor do I want to because, there's a lot of things. Yeah, it's got black mold, and it's.
Okay, so now everybody has at least heard her speak. Whatever you would like to believe, it is on you. I'm gonna plead the fifth right now. I'm not ready to have an opinion, but I will say that a lot of us were upset about her moving, and now I've heard it for the first time. And I should have heard this a couple months ago, at least a month ago, because I leave it to be presented to me. But it sounds like they were raising the rent and stuff. So anyway, she had already committed to moving out, and so they had to go ahead and make it happen is what it was. They already had a new place set up and everything. So yeah, I'm with you. I forget, I think it was We Scottish that said, I would have camped out in the yard. You got to move, But Lord knows I had to move in the middle of COVID because of a lease that I had already said I was getting out of before the shit hit. But I had to go. You can't, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're like, you can stay for $300 extra a month or whatever. But I would have been in that yard every damn day. That part I agree with. But any further than that, I need more facts. I don't know. I don't like the lack of eye contact. There are some things that have bothered me, but personally I'm going to reserve for the moment. But I do want to share another article that was sent to me, or just a more recent update. And this might be the one you were talking about, Libby. The one you shared, I'm not sure, but my dear Leslie, it says that they spoke to Sarah and the grandparents. So let's check this one out, you guys. Valkyrie, human remains were found in the Montezuma area. clothing matches Xavier Harrelson, but we haven't gotten the official confirmation from the coroner, but the family's been notified and we know how this goes. Don't work too hard over there. I'm going to mute out.
DCI. DCI.
Can you first off tell us what led us here?
Earlier today, the sheriff's office received a call from a local farmer that they had found what they thought to be is human remains in a field just south of here. The sheriff's office responded and confirmed what the farmer had reported and had called the DCI since we've been working the investigation of Xavier Harrelson together in the event that it could possibly be Xavier. And we responded along with the state medical examiner's office and the state anthropologist. And we can confirm at this time that it is human remains. That's been confirmed by the state medical examiner's office. It appears to be that of an adolescent. And at this time, the clothing description or the clothing that we've seen, even though it's obviously soiled and stuff, is consistent with what we knew Xavier to last be wearing. We are not saying that it is Xavier Harrelson at this time. There's a lot of work yet to be done at the scene here. And then, as you can imagine, the state medical examiner's office and state anthropologist has a lot of work left ahead of them in the days and weeks even to come.
What time did you get the call?
It's around 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Can you talk a little bit about what the scene looks like right now? Is the investigation happening right now? Has anything been taken away?
It's just documentation is taking place right now. It's a very slow and methodical process, and meticulous process, as you can imagine. It's going to take several hours to do. And I will say that at this point, it's just found in a combined field, in a grassy area of a combined field. And so we want to make sure that, that we're not missing anything. And we have a lot of help here from the sheriff's office, DCI, and especially the medical examiner's office.
Obviously, you said you can't confirm that this is Xavier. Have you been in contact with the family?
We have contacted the family, and they have as much information as what we are giving you at this point, as far as human remains, that of an adolescent, and the clothing description. What we see at the scene is consistent with what we knew him to last be, what was reported to us that he was last wearing when he disappeared in March.
Is there anything that can tell you how he ended up here, how the remains ended up here?
And that's going to be part of the investigation that we can't discuss at this time.
And with the farmer discovering it, given the time of year, was this due to the harvest, things like that, of going over a field in a different way?
Yeah, field work. Yeah, he was completing field work. Anything else?
We're talking about it being a long 4 months. How is this for you guys, knowing that this?
Well, it moves us into another stage of the investigation. So in that sense, we're moving forward, I guess is what I'd say. So.
Right. And we're, just waiting for, any type of information like we've been saying for the last 4 months. And just knowing that this is such a rural area, we were hopeful that if, unfortunately, Xavier was not still alive, into hunting season, harvest season, kind of put the word out for people to be paying attention, that kind of thing. And we'll now just wait and see, once the medical examiner is done with their ongoing investigation, which again will be several weeks probably, to see if we can confirm who it is or be able to confirm who it is.
Are you able to tell us how long the remains have been there? Has it been 2 days, 2 months, 4 months?
I would say a significant amount of time. We can't age it, of course, but just, with the scene and the ground cover and that kind of thing, I would say for a period of time. I mean, more so than just a few days, yes.
Being in a combine field, is there some damage to evidence?
We don't know that yet. So, that'll be something for like the state anthropologist do their examination on and that kind of thing.
What was the reaction from the family that you can share with us, and what kind of support can you provide at this point, being still in this sort of limbo state?
You know, we were not there personally.
My detective talked to Sarah Harrelson, and naturally she was upset. So she was crying. So,
as well as his father and grandparents. You know, so yeah, and again, they don't have any more information than than what we're providing to you guys right now. So there's nothing more to give. Yes.
Can you talk if this area, I guess, was previously searched before in the different searches, or if this was kind of an area that I guess maybe hasn't had that just yet?
This had not been searched specifically in prior searches that were conducted.
I don't believe so. It might have had some airplanes flying over it. But
right. But nothing that was searched. Yeah, nothing that was searched, on foot.
As far as the ownership of the land, is the owner someone that you've spoken to in your investigation, or has been a name that we've heard over the course of this ordeal?
That's a question that we can't answer at this time, since it's an ongoing investigation. So,
and just in relation to where we are, how far away are we from kind of the active scene?
A mile?
Yeah,
probably
not quite half a mile. I'd say.
Yeah, half a mile. Yeah, straight out of here.
If you all are able to say, what challenges do you all face going forward in this case?
Obviously the identity of the remains, the cause, manner of death is something that has to be investigated by the medical examiner's office, and then determining whether or not that there's foul play and just any other kind of common sense or obvious steps with a death investigation. And I guess what we'd like to add, again, as we've said so many times before, anybody that has any information, regarding this situation, regarding the disappearance of Xavier, if they come forward, it might be they may think it's the most insignificant piece of information, and it may be what we need, to resolve this.
I think, if this is Xavier, that might get some people talking that have held their tongue up to now, so we're hopeful for that too.
And, and there is a reward that's up to 30.
Yes, 36,000. I don't know how much money they got from Molly Tibbetts' friend, but that would increase it.
You bet.
Any concerns right now at this point about everyone, whether it's ourselves, the media, or just folks in the community speculating that this is Xavier?
Any concerns, you mean?
Yeah, prematurely speculating that.
Well, there's nothing we can do to control that. So, and I just back up to what we first said, that it is human remains out of an adolescent in the clothing description. But so people are going to make assumptions, I guess. We are just taking it a step at a time in this investigation. What we have as evidence for itself to tell us, which direction we want to go, and starting with the identity of the remains.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, and
Yes.
you got, and I know I told a lot of
For real? For real? Did he stand there with a straight ass face and no apologies before or after? How do you just not search an area? I don't get that. All that searching. Oh, they have so many fields. They just gonna pick a couple of them and then not worry about the rest unless they get a damn tip. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? There's no way. And you say that with a straight face? And this baby is laying there with the same clothes on? Four months. Wasn't it the end of May? Okay, we're going into October. 4 months. Same clothes. He must be so badly decomposed. That area should have been searched. Now, exactly, Libby. We done went through every swamp in freaking Florida for Brian's bald-headed ass. Oh, but they're just gonna skip a field. You motherfuckers. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm gonna need a minute, y'all. Y'all gonna need some headphones.
Okay, so
First off, could you guys say and spell your names for us?
Mitch Mortvedt, MITCHMORTVEDT.
Thomas Kriegel, THOMASKRIEGEL. Titles? I'm the sheriff.
And assistant director with the Iowa DCI.
First off, tell us what led us here.
Earlier today, the sheriff's office received a call from a local farmer that they had found what they thought to be is human remains in a field just south of here. Sheriff's office responded and confirmed what the farmer had reported and had called the DCI since we'd been working the investigation of Xavier Harrelson together in the event that it could possibly be Xavier. And we responded along with the state medical examiner office and the state anthropologist. And we can confirm at this time that it is human remains. That's been confirmed by the state medical examiner's office. It appears to be that of an adolescent. And at this time, the clothing description or the clothing that we've seen, even though it's obviously soiled and stuff, is consistent with what we knew Xavier to last be wearing. We are not saying that it is Xavier Harrelson at this time. There's a lot of work yet to be done at the scene here. And then, as you can imagine, the state medical examiner's office and state anthropologist has a lot of work left ahead of them in the days and weeks even to come.
What time did you get the call?
It's around 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Can you talk a little bit about what the scene looks like right now? Is the investigation happening right now? Has anything been taken away?
It's just documentation is taking place right now. It's a very slow and methodical process, and meticulous process, as you can imagine. It's going to take several hours to do. And I will say that at this point, it's just found in a combined field, in a grassy area of a combined field. And so we want to make sure that, that we're not missing anything. And we have a lot of help here from the sheriff's office, DCI, and especially the medical examiner's office.
Obviously, you said you can't confirm that this is Xavier. Have you been in contact with the family?
We have contacted the family, and they have as much information as what we are giving you at this point, as far as human remains, that of an adolescent, and the clothing description. What we see at the scene is consistent with what we knew him to last be, what was reported to us that he was last wearing when he disappeared in March.
Is there anything that can tell you how he ended up? how the remains ended up.
And that's going to be part of the investigation that we can't discuss at this time.
With a farmer discovering it, given the time of year, was this due to the harvest, things like that, of going over a field in a different way?
Yeah, field work. Yeah, he was completing field work. Anything else?
You're talking about it being a long 4 months. How is this for you guys knowing that this?
Well, it moves us into another stage of the investigation. So in that sense, we're moving forward, I guess is what I'd say. So.
And we're, just waiting for, any type of information like we've been saying for the last 4 months. And just knowing that this is such a rural area, we were hopeful that if, unfortunately, Xavier was not still alive, not into hunting season, harvest season, kind of put the word out for people to pay attention, that kind of thing. And we'll now just wait and see, once the medical examiner is done with their ongoing investigation, which again will be several weeks probably, to see if we can confirm who it is or be able to confirm who it is.
Are you able to tell us how long the remains have been there? Has it been 2 days, 2 months, 4 months?
I would say a significant amount of time. We can't age it, of course, but just, with the scene and the ground cover and that kind of thing, I would say for a period of time. I mean, more so than just a few days. Yes.
Being in a combine field, there's some damaged evidence.
We don't know that yet. So, I mean, that'll be something for like the state anthropologist to do their examination on and that kind of thing.
What was the reaction from the family that you can share with us, and what kind of support can you provide at this point, being still in this sort of limbo state?
We were not there personally.
My detective talked to Sarah Harrelson, and naturally she was upset, so she was crying. So,
as well as his father and grandparents, So, yeah, and again, they don't have any more information than than what we're providing to you guys right now. So, there's nothing more to give.
Can you talk about this area, I guess, was previously searched before in the different searches, or if this was kind of an area that I guess maybe hasn't had that just yet?
This had not been searched specifically in prior searches that were conducted.
I don't believe so. It might have had some airplanes flying over it. But
Right. But nothing that was searched. Yeah, nothing that was searched, on foot.
As far as the ownership of the land, is the owner someone that you've spoken to in your investigation, or has been a name that we've heard over the course of this ordeal?
That's a question that we can't answer at this time, since it's an ongoing investigation. So,
and just in relation to where we are, how far away are we from kind of the active scene?
Mile?
Yeah,
probably
not quite half a mile. I'd say.
Yeah, straight south of here.
If you all are able to say, what challenges do you all face going forward in this case?
Obviously the identity of the remains, the cause, manner of death, is something that has to be investigated by the medical examiner's office, and then determining whether or not that there's foul play and just any other kind of common sense or obvious steps with the death investigation. And I guess what I'd like to add, again, as we've said so many times before, anybody that has any information, regarding this situation, regarding the disappearance of Xavier, if they'd come forward, it might be they may think it's the most insignificant piece of information, and it may be what we need, to resolve this.
I think if this is Xavier, it might get some people talking. Hard to time such now, so we're hopeful for that too.
And and there is a reward that's up to 30.
There's 36,000. I don't know how much money they got from Molly Tibbetts, but that would increase it.
You bet.
Any concerns right now at this point about everyone, whether it's ourselves, the media, or just folks in the community speculating that this is Xavier?
Any concerns, you mean?
Yeah, prematurely speculating that.
There's nothing we can do to control that. So, and I just back up to to what we first said, that it is human remains out of an adolescent, and in the clothing description. But so people are going to make assumptions, I guess. We are just taking it a step at a time in this investigation. I mean, what we have as evidence for itself to tell us, which direction we want to go, and starting with the identity of the remains.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah. Well, guys, and I know I told a lot of you guys, we greatly appreciate the ongoing coverage to keep it out in the forefront 4 months later.
Thank you for being able to show you guys stood up in the last 2 months. I know it hasn't always been easy.
No,
people
it hasn't. It's been, and on the heels of Molly's conviction here, I don't want to say his name, but of the conviction of Molly's killer. So, literally on the heels.
Yeah.
It's all over their faces. They dropped the ball and they know it. Sheriff can't even hold his head up. He can't even hold his head up. I'm not saying they could have stopped it from happening, but that baby could have possibly at least been laid to rest by now. Could be working on some answers. And of course, we're going to assume, what do y'all want us to think? Some other, okay, so maybe, and God forbid, if this happens, Lord have mercy. But what do they want us to think? Somebody dressed another kid up in Xavier's 4-month-old clothing and then threw them in the field? Or people are going to make assumptions. Come on. We know what it is. Y'all fucked up. I said headphones, you guys. We know exactly what it is. Y'all messed up big time. How do you not search? And I know you can't search everywhere. You can't be everywhere. I get it. But you had 4 months. Y'all couldn't go right up the road? How did that get skipped? I don't believe it got skipped. I don't want to believe that. I don't. I want to believe somebody brought the body there, figuring it had already been searched, which it should have. But he said it. He said, no, we didn't search there. We can't even give him the benefit of the freaking doubt. The man said no. No, we didn't search there. The sheriff looked like he'd been asleep for 4 months, and he just woke up and realized, oh shit, there was a kid missing. Maybe some helicopters flew over. What the hell they fly over for if they weren't looking for a damn thing? All this stuff we just watched on searches, all the capabilities and technology that we have. This one was simple. A body laid in a field. Y'all couldn't find that with a drone? Or did you even pull out a drone? See, this is the problem. This is why everybody needs to get the same level of energy. If the woods are too thick or the fields are too high, that's where you bring out your drones and your thermal image, right? Can't just look over there and say, oh, he's probably not in that one, or, let's search this one instead. Fuck. What do you do? I know you can't search everywhere. What do you do? How did they overlook something so close to home, though? It's not like it was 10 miles away. This should have been well within the radius. So are they trying to tell us? And this is, let me tell you something else I recently learned. That it is believed, not saying this is 100% fact in every case, but it is believed that when somebody goes missing, a lot of times they're within 5 miles of their home. Now look at this baby. So is Summer, is she within 5 miles of Ben Hill? After 4 months, it's happened so many times, y'all. We search and we search and we search, and then what? Braylon Noble's in the pool. Huh. Baby's in the backyard. Baby's right outside. Oh my God, they don't take them far. Probably because they're scared. I mean, who really wants to move around town with a corpse? You're only gonna go so far. Please tell me that baby hasn't been laying out there for all these months. Significant amount of time, he said. I don't know, y'all. I need to breathe. I just don't understand how you skip a whole area and then stand there and blatantly acknowledge it proudly, like, yeah, that area wasn't searched. Yep, helicopter probably flew over it, but yeah, no, we never searched that. Anyway, any more questions? You son of a bitch. Mm. We're gonna follow this, of course, the same way we have been. We literally just posted an updated petition to really get his name out there because we didn't feel like people were looking. Well, goddamn, we were right. And see, we're spreading the word all around the world, all around the World Wide Web. And this baby is what, 4 miles away? Half a mile? Where the hell was he? Somebody remind me. Close. Within the expected parameters. And law enforcement is supposed to know this stuff. Well, Darlene, I can't right off the top of my head anyway. Well, I take that back. Searchers found, I won't say a large party, but searchers found Kalia McNabb in the woods, tossed in a little duffel bag. But searchers found her. Searchers didn't actually find Sam, but it was because of the pressure that EchoSearch put on Teresa Balboa that she got sloppy. I hope that helps. But you're right. What I've never seen? No, I won't say that. God dang it. I can't say that. I've got a couple of videos in my work playlist where kidnapped kids have been found. Not a lot. And I believe other countries, I would really have to go look at the video and get the specifics. But I was going to say I've never seen law enforcement find any missing people. But of course, that's not true, y'all. I'm just so pissed right now. Somewhere, one time, they did. But most of the time, absolutely not. They're half searching, not communicating with family members, not pulling out all the resources, dragging their ass. Why? It's literally their job. It's what they get up every day and get all G'd up in those fancy uniforms and shiny cars for. This is your job. Protect and serve. It's simple. Please, please, please check out the link that Leslie just dropped. Change the Amber Alert criteria. It needs to happen. It really, really needs to happen. This is ridiculous. And law enforcement has to do better. They can't just stand around and tell us, oh yeah, that field, no, we didn't search that one. You can't just say that, dude. You can't just say that. When a baby just was found dead there, why not? I need some accountability. I need some explanations to follow that statement. You don't just get to say, and all them punk ass reporters out there, all of them, punk ass reporters out there, nobody said, well, why not? Because I damn sure would have said it with my microphone high in the sky. Why not? Why wasn't this area searched? Just give me one good damn reason. Just so they could have stuttered and fumbled all over the place, because I know nobody would have had an answer. But I need one. What made this area get skipped? And they wouldn't answer the question about whose property it was or if they had previously questioned the property owner. I can't wait to find that out. And the former just la-di-di-di-da today at 2:00. Oh my God, this body's been here for, it's a very long time. Let me call it. Come on. You don't never walk your fields? I don't know, man. It makes you question. Are all these babies that are missing right in their own backyards? Is law enforcement underestimating the situation? Are they chopping it up like, oh, it's just a runaway, we don't have to really look for him? What happened? Exactly, Amanda. How hard are they looking for Michael Vaughn? They don't tell us anything about that story, but I'll tell you this. What they have told us is very telling. When you followed as many stories as I have, first of all, he was last seen in his pajamas. That's not good. I can name a couple of cases where they were last seen in pajamas and they were never seen again. And murder was the case that we gave them, okay? When they start immediately talking about checking your trail cams and what's the other one they like to say? Oh, when they start draining the lakes immediately. Yeah, they know something. They know something about Michael too. I hope he's okay, but I don't have good thoughts about Michael. Just looking at the investigation and some of the things I just said to you, it doesn't look good for Michael. I fear he's going to have the same ending that Xavier is having. I can't believe they did that to that baby. Yeah, they could have easily. Come on, man. While I'm thinking about it, if anybody is in the Arizona area, what's the city? I want to say Buckhead, but right now it's y'all. My brain is scrambled. Daniel Robinson, okay, the area that he's in, they're gonna have 1,000 searchers out there this weekend. So if you're in that area, help them out. I am contemplating it, but the way this tooth is set up, I don't know if I can do it. It's about 4.5 hours from me, but if you're in the area, help them out. Let's don't have another one of these situations where nobody searched the area. What the fuck? I'm sorry, that one is not. Yeah, draining lakes, checking pipes. When you hear that in the beginning of a case, along with the child was last seen in their underwear by ? Y'all, that baby's gone. I'm telling you, that baby is gone. And it's usually murder. I'm not kidding. And I'm not just theorizing. I'm just speaking from the examples that I've seen. Yeah, seen by a random neighbor walking down the road. Exactly. When you have all that gray area and pajamas and lakes being drained and trail cams being requested, that baby's gone. So sad to even have to say that, but I don't like wishfully thinking. And I never felt like Xavier was okay, honest to God. But before, right up the street in the cornfield, if they hadn't have said that they never searched, I would really be willing to believe somebody brought him back there and left him there. But if they say they never checked, then how the hell do we know he hasn't been there since the end of May? That's the problem. We can't know because they didn't do their damn job. Thank you, Amanda. It was Buckeye. Thank you, TT. I just did a video on Daniel earlier today. I just forgot. Thank you. I haven't released it yet, but there's gonna be 1,000 people out there. If you're in the area, please go help them out. Please go help them out. We're gonna wait for more details for Xavier to come out. They're gonna be unfolding. You'll hear the media talking about him again. You know, this is when they get back involved, full throttle. There's a body found. That's their type of shit. If it bleeds, it leads. So, you know, can't hardly find them when you're trying to fly around these petitions and drum up awareness. But there's a body. Better believe you won't be able to turn it off your TV probably tomorrow. I won't be mad at YouTube because YouTube, at least a nice handful of us have already been talking about Xavier. This is not new for us. There will be new creators popping up all of a sudden talking about a kid that was found but whatever. Hey, as long as they're saying his name, I don't really give a damn what they get out of it or how they feel. Because his name needs to be said. So that'll be happening. Y'all know I'll be all up in this one because I'm invested. But my dear friend John Q is live, and I would like everybody to please show Summer some love. We'll come back together in Xavier's name, I promise. We just all needed somewhere to just shake it off because it's a lot. And you got people saying it here, saying it there, and we didn't have any proof yet. And y'all know me, I just like to bring it all together. I can't deal with the he say, she say, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But now we know. And it hasn't been confirmed by the coroner. But when you see this much activity on the news and the family has been contacted, trust and believe me, they know it's him. If they feel strong enough to come on and say what they said, they know it's him. So we do too. So the question now is no longer where is Xavier? We know that he's in heaven. Or whatever your version of heaven is that you believe in, a great place where angels love on him and he doesn't feel any pain and he doesn't have to be anybody's caretaker. And maybe he's happy. Now the hashtag changes from where is Xavier Harrelson to justice for Xavier. How many times does that happen, y'all? It's like missing is the new deceased. Think about that. So, if I could please ask you all to drop some orange emojis in the chat for Xavier. That was his favorite color. If you don't have any orange emojis, a simple justice for Xavier will work. His name is Xavior. Please, let's get it right as we spread awareness. Let's say his name. Let's say it right. So I'm going to go and check out my boy and show my support because his live has been planned for, I don't know, a week. John pre-plans very well. And Summer still needs us. But we love you, Xavier. We're glad that you're home. And we pray for justice. Much love to all you beautiful people in the chat. Hopefully I'll see you over at John's. But I will definitely see you in the comments. Let's pray. Almighty God, you are the only source of health and healing. In you there is calm and the only true peace in the universe. Grant to each one of us, your children, an awareness of your presence, and give us perfect confidence in you. In all pain and weariness and anxiety, teach us to yield ourselves to your never-failing care, knowing that your love and power surrounds us, trusting in your wisdom and providence to give us health and strength and peace when your time is best. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Prayers to all the sick and shut in.